Hello, it's Erica, and I'm here to talk to you about the second solo in our solo series, When the World Yields. So this solo is called Through the Looking Glass, and the dancer is Erica Schweer Whalen. This is Erica's second season with the company. So when I told everybody about this solo series, I asked everyone to bring something to the table, something that inspired them, something that helped them find perspective in this very unprecedented, unusual predicament we are finding ourselves in. And Erica brought in a piece of prose by Leslie Dwight. So I'll just share that with you here. What if 2020 isn't canceled? What if 2020 is the year we've been waiting for? A year so uncomfortable, so painful, so scary, so raw, that it finally forces us to grow. A year that screams so loud that it finally awakens us from our ignorant slumber. A year we finally accept the need for change. Declare change, work for change, become the change. A year we finally band together instead of pushing each other further apart. 2020 isn't canceled, but rather the most important year of them all. So when we began working together, this was our starting point. This was our diving off point. And I did bring in some phrase work for Erica. So we had movement to start with, and then of course we had these words. And the way that I worked really backwards from this prose piece, and I wanted to structure the movement such that it evoked the same feeling and intensity and urgency, if you will, that we see in some of the words here that Leslie Dwight chose. So that was my first priority. Then I asked Erica questions like, what do you take home from this poetry? And she talked about the need for dismantling, unlearning, kind of, breaking down systems. So in that way, it's like, how do we express that in movement? And choreographically, we have tools like retrograding and repetition and playing with dynamics and levels, and also just kind of modifying movement. So that was, these were the tools in my toolbox. And then I just kind of watched Erica. I watched her process through the movement. We would have little conversations here and there about what showed up for her when she was dancing, because a lot of this, when the way that we work, we're purposefully looking for emotional content, so it's like the movement that we do, it kind of churns inside us, and the more we pay attention, the more we're present with the process, the more things arise, and we can talk about it, and it really helps to bring what's kind of living underneath the tissues, hiding under, behind our bones. It really helps us to bring that out, verbalize it, and work through it. And so that was very much happening for Erica. And as I watched the process, I noticed that there seemed to be this kind of conversation happening, both spatially and also, just kind of with the movement that she was having. It was really interesting to see. So we tried to enhance that. And if you watch, while you're watching the solo, if you notice that she stops and she stares, or she comes back to a certain place, or she's going back between two places, that is intentional. And that's kind of the conversation. So it's, Erica as she is in her physical, it's Erica as she is in her metaphysical, it's Erica as, she sees the quote unquote systems that she'd like to break down within herself, and whatever she was imagining at the time. I can't speak for her, but what I can do is include in the description box below a few questions that I asked her, and she responded. So you can kind of hear from her in her own words. So that there's 4 of them. So please do take a moment if you can and just check those out. Let's see what else. If you love what you see, please do like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us get our work out, and that's really kind of a goal for me as the company director at this point, is to just, be seen and to build community around our artwork. If you're really, really resonating with what we're doing and you want to support us with a donation, that would be fabulous. We've had several people come forward and donate, and that really helps us kind of keep the project moving. So we're really grateful for that. And if you would like to do that, you are welcome to do so at www.paypal.me/ShaktiMovesDC. And I'll include those links also in the description box below. So hope you're having a great week. It's Friday today. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hope you guys are, staying healthy and doing all that you can to keep your spirits up. And I'll see you around the bend.